Did climate change wipe out the largest mammals of North America about 12,000 years ago? In part 1 of this series, we saw how North America experienced a 1,000-year setback named the Younger Dryas in its recovery from the last ice age. What effect did this setback have on the largest mammals of North America? Let's do some research and see what we can find. The 2019 book End of the Megafauna explains, the cold snap at the start of the Younger Dryas was clearly of great magnitude, since it essentially threw Earth back into the last glacial maximum. This cold snap was most likely caused by an ancient lake in Canada pouring fresh water down a river into the North Atlantic, disrupting ocean currents and the atmospheric warming that depends on it. Humans had been in the Americas for at least 5,000 years, living off the land in tribes of hunter-gatherers. Unfortunately, around the same time, most of the large mammals of North America went extinct. The climate has always been changing. I don't believe there can be much debate about that, though the modern causes and solutions are hotly debated. We now know, in incredible detail, that we live in a world that has in the past experienced massive, short-term fluctuations in climate in ways that must have made life hard, if not impossible, for species living in unlucky places at fateful times. About 13,000 years ago, the sharp drop in temperature across North America caused glaciers to advance southward and forests to retreat from the expanding, cold, sparse tundra. Climate change is the great disruptor because it breaks up stable relationships between plants and animals, with the critical period between 11,000 and 13,000 years ago. Under these circumstances, both herbivores and carnivores would have been acutely stressed as their food webs collapsed around them. Now let's change the original question to, could climate change have wiped out the largest mammals of North America? The latest evidence suggests it may have contributed to the problem, but could not have been the complete cause. New World equids, camelids, and proboscideans proliferated over tens of millions of years of constantly changing climates. There is nothing to suggest that those changes alone could have forced extinctions of over 30 genera of large mammals in North America. There were many such climate switches beginning long before extinctions struck. Critics of this theory say that if climate change was dramatic enough to kill off megamammals, it should have hurt smaller species too. Also, mammoths and mastodons had survived warm-ups before. North America did indeed experience dramatic climate changes during the transition out of the most recent ice age, but it had done so countless times before. The beasts of the Pleistocene age had easily navigated the earlier changes, shifting their ranges to track their preferred habitats. Some of the known near-time changes in forage simply replaced one type of woodland with another, both suitable for the browsers of the time. If the Younger Dryas cold interval critically reduced megafaunal ranges in North America and Europe, thereby setting the stage for their final collapse, why didn't these species disappear during other, equally significant cold snaps in the Pleistocene age? In the case of horses, how can there be any basis for claiming that the modern-day Mustangs of Nevada, Utah, and other western states are somehow less adapted to exactly the same places in which their Pleistocene forebears lived? Their burgeoning populations suggest otherwise. Did the original North American horses and woolly mammoths simply choose not to migrate to more favorable climates and environments? Organisms with extensive ranges, such as mammalian megaherbivores, seem unlikely candidates for complete extinction. At least in principle, they could have simply migrated to more favorable regions. Clearly, other factors had to have been involved. In part 3 of this series, we'll look at the other most likely cause of the megafauna extinctions at the end of the last ice age. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, Subscribe to this channel for new videos every week or two, and see the description below for a list of books and films featured in this video.